Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter." And I have to agree to him. For years, his voice and many others led our country through a tough time of discrimination to a time of peace, understanding, opportunity, and justice. He always wanted to make sure that his voice was heard. One of these topics he would talk about regularly was his dreams. I believe that to him, and to all of us, to dream and not to be heard is better to be heard and not to dream. Dreams tell us who we are and what we want to be. I would like you now to hear about some of my dreams. Someday, I hope to learn about other people, about their hopes and their dreams and their life. But I also want to learn about my own dreams, my own hopes, and especially my own life, about who I am. Dream of my possibilities. I want to be successful and prideful even in the embarrassing times and hurtful. I want to take the road of poverty and hunger and want and feeling to never come back in my student and work years to come. I want to feel the joy and triumph of being together with others who are, have, or going to be taking the same road as I am. And I dream of one day not being heard for the dumb things I say now, as many of you know, but for the things I mean to say that matter. I've come to you today, my peers, but the Spirit is necessary to speak to you all. I have a dream, one also, a voice for my generation and for the generations to come. And I quote the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. again. He said, "We must develop and maintain the capacity to forgive. He who is devoid to forgive is devoid of the power to love. There is some good in the worst of us, and some evil in the best of us. When we discover this, we are less prone to hate our enemies." When I hear a person my age tell me a story about how this other person did them wrong, I want to ask them if they listened to the offender first, if they heard an explanation before punishment was given, and if they forgave the person in front of them. I dream of the day when we learn to deal with our own humanity, and I'm not saying we need to change who we are, but rather evolve into a different mindset. I dream of not the end of wars of freedom, but the oppression due unto the innocent and their kin. I dream of my generation to realize that every day they need to understand long-term commitment, long-term enjoyment, and long-term suffering. I know that many unexpected events are going to occur and sure the path for many men and women down the road of heartlessness and despair. But I know one thing for certain. The triumph of humanity, or where it thinks it triumphs, will always be overvoiced by the error and false belief in our hearts. But that error and evil inside of us will never be overvoiced by the Spirit in which we so much hope will remain and we believe in it. If we remember this, we will never forget what I'm about to dream. I dream for my generation that we remember the house that our fathers, mothers, grandfathers, and grandmothers built for us so that we could thrive in this world and not just live in their own suffering for our choosing. My dreams are going to be small compared to most of yours over the course of the next few days, but I don't believe that our generation will end bullying in the correct manner, nor do I believe that we will master great feats in glory. We will not end all cruelty, nor injustice, nor illiteracy in this world, nor discrimination of human rights. And we won't be very close either. Because we expect more. And we're always going to keep dreaming, and that's for the better. But most of all, I believe that we all try to complete our dreams. My dreams, my personal, will need to come second if my faith in the larger is as strong. That we toil silently, but thoughtfully. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Martin Luther King Jr. also said that. And he said those words as a reminder to dream and to fulfill our dreams.